Hemophilia DNA mutation. About us. The Hemophilia DNA mutation. About us. Manuela Gomez, Isabela Nates, Catalina Rollero, 930.
What is hemophilia? Hemophilia is a genetic disorder that affects the blood's ability to clot properly. Normally, when we get a cut or injury, proteins called clotting factor help the blood from a clot and stop the bleeding. But in people with hemophilia, one of these factors is missing or not working correctly. There are two types of hemophilia. Hemophilia A happens when the blood doesn't produce enough factor 8, and hemophilia B occurs when factor 9 is missing. Both types cause the same symptoms like prolonged bleeding, frequent nosebleeds, or large bruising that appears easily. Uh, Most cases of hemophilia are hereditary. This means that people are born with it. It mainly affects boys because the defective gene is located on the X chromosome, and girls usually act as carriers. And living with hemophilia requires special care. People who have it need need to avoid injuries, play sports safely, and sometimes receive injection of the missing clotting factor. With modern medicine and early treatment, most patients can live active and healthy live today.
Diagnosis card. A child with Sri Lanka with severe hemophilia on weekly factor 8 prophylaxis presents with 2 episodes of steroid-sensitive reprophytic syndrome. It's unknown whether it's any relationship between their treatment, prophylaxis, the characteristics of hemophilia, or constant clinical factors. Problem question. Is factor 8 prophylaxis related to the onset of nephrotic syndrome in a child with severe hemophilia type A? Hypothesis. Factor A could be related to the child with hemophilia developing nephrotic syndrome, but it is also possible that nothing to do with it and the disease appears for another reason. Variables. Independent. Treatment with factor 8. Dependent. Nephrotic syndrome. Control. Age, infections, or other medications.
So, thank you. Now we're going to see the genetic location of this disease. This disease is located in the chromosome X, so therefore it is more probable to appear in males than it is in females. Why? Because males only have one X chromosome, meanwhile females have two. And well, this may result in females that carry the disease having less symptoms or less problems with clotting activities than would be in a male that carries. This also results in that mothers that have the disease but probably don't know it because then experience symptoms as harder would be on a male to pass this disease to their sons or children. And now let's go with the methodology. For first, what is a methodology and why is it used for in this case of investigations? Well, the methodology is the way we investigate and do all of our research in science and talking about many types of stuff. And well, it is used for organize our stuff, to have more trustable resources, and to organize our ideas better and in a more efficient way. So for first, we had to choose where we're gonna take our information out. We decided to take in account many platforms such as regular Google, universities' websites, and many others, but we finally got it to Google Academic because we thought that it was a very trustable resource and we could maybe find more specific and professional websites or articles that could help with our investigation about this disease. And well, the step 2 was to choose an article. Well, this was probably the more important part because the article would be like the root from all of our investigation. So well, we finally ended up deciding that for this part we would be using the archive, of the university in of London University in England, and it's article about hemophilia that includes things such as symptoms and medical stuff. And third, we had to extract information from this article. And well, for this process, we took in account many stuff such as what is hemophilia, different symptoms, treatments, and also especially the type of hemophilia that we're talking about, because in our presentation we're talking about type A hemophilia, and well, it is very different from type B hemophilia, so this was a very important step. And as fourth, we extract information and we pass it out in a document to have all our information organized. And well, for final step 5, we organize it in on how important information was for category, like how can we organize this in categories, like for example symptoms, organizations, and many other, because this is a disease that has very specific stuff, so it was very important for us to organize it as it is. And finally, as number 6, we decided to look for many other resources to prove that this source was a trustable one. And yes, this was the methodology, and thank you so much.